Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 99 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. So, yay, day 99! One more video to go after this one. Um, so, for day 99, I decided to celebrate being talented. I've talked about different talents that I've had in some of the other videos, like specifically, and then it's kind of like it's the end, and I want to just kind of culminate everything together, catch all the stuff that I missed. And realizing that I have lots of talents in just going over all of this stuff, that I am very talented. I do, once upon a time, I could actually sight read playing the piano. Granted, only at the level that I could actually play the piano. I couldn't sight read really hard music and just sit down and play it unless I was, I still can't do that. I mean, I can sit down and read it. I can sing to it, whatever. I can sight read really well when it comes to music. I am not good when it comes to the whole theory and putting emotion into music, but I can sight read when it comes to music. I played the cornet, which is kind of like a trumpet, mini trumpet, whatever, in elementary, junior high, and high school. I think from fifth grade through like my uh, junior year of, no, sophomore year of college. There we go. My junior year of college, I had to audition in order to be in the band. And I was like, if I have to audition, I don't want to do it. I just take it because it's a fun class and I enjoy playing. I don't really enjoy practicing. So again, I got pretty good at playing whatever music and songs they put in front of me, just sight reading and not really practicing. Not a very good thing, but I mean, it's a nice talent to have, right? One of my many talents that I have, but it's one of those ones I think I've kind of lost over the years because I just don't use it. I need to use it more in order to develop it more. I also crochet. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I crochet on here. Probably not, but I know how to crochet. I know how to cross stitch. Little Susie Homemaker. I know I did a day about baking. I love baking. I know how to bake. Cooking, not so much, but baking I can totally do. And I can follow a recipe, so this is a good thing. One of many talents. I think I'm good with little kids. I love little kids. They're amazing. I struggle a little bit more with the teenagers, and that's what I have. So it's fun for me learning how to deal with that as far as like kids and people go. So I've talked about a lot of different character traits and different things that I have, and recognizing that I have lots of different talents, and some of them aren't like obvious talents, like things like I'm talking about sight reading music. Used to be able to play the piano a little bit, never like really professional, but I could play. And I probably, if I'd practice, I could play some more again. My parents were so funny. Mom Shoemaker was like, "Oh, you should just put that in your schedule to like set a time every day to play the piano." And I was like, "In my schedule." And I just didn't say anything. I was just like, you don't know me. She does know me, but it would be nice if I had a schedule. I don't have a schedule. I have a list of things that I would like to accomplish every day, and sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But I don't have a set time in which to do anything. I've gotten away from that because it stresses me out, and I'm trying to de-stress my life. So I am learning that I do better. Oddly, if it doesn't matter what time I have to do things, I don't beat myself up as much. And so sadly, sometimes things don't get done, or they get done very late, which is not always the best. But they get done because I have my own timetable and I'm not worried about timing for things. And I have a job that I can start and end at any time I want. So I'm never late for work. I don't have to worry about things like that. I do have to worry about being on time for commitments with other people, and sometimes I'm not, and that does upset them, which is sad. And it's bad. It's bad on my part because I'm always late for stuff. Always, always, always. I have some kind of aversion to being on time to things for whatever reason. It's like, oh, I know I have to be somewhere. And then all of a sudden I have a gazillion things that I have to do before I can leave. And then I'm late. And then I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. I just can't get things done in the amount of time I want them to be done in. But I can do them. So I can do them. But there's things like being good under pressure, which I'm not necessarily always good under pressure. But just different talents that everybody has. My patriarchal blessing says that I have the gift of discernment. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but cool, I have the gift of discernment. One of underlying talents, I guess. One of those things where I can actually, I guess, discern between right and wrong and whether people are tricking me or not. And I don't always use that one because I doubt myself. Like I have those feelings and those impressions that that's not accurate or not right, but then I doubt myself and I trust other people. And I've actually been learning through the process of these videos to trust myself more. And I recognize more when people are trying to scam me or trick me or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I do have that discernment. I do have that ability. That's awesome. So I have, that's just kind of one of those like spiritual gifts and things like that. I've talked about writing and journaling. Those are things that I can do too. But not everything that I do is, and maybe I don't recognize all of my talents. Maybe you guys watching these videos see other talents in me. I see other talents in other people that are just super amazing. And I've just been amazed at all the things that I have come up with that God has shown me about myself for 100 days. That it's just like, wow, I can do all this stuff. Wow. It's proof that that mantra is accurate, that I am capable of more than I give myself credit for. I'm pretty amazing sometimes, which is, surprising to me. I don't look at myself and think, oh, wow, Midge, you're so amazing. I'm like, no, I just look at all the stuff that I fall short on. And I'm like, but I'm changing that focus to all the things that I'm accomplishing and doing. And it is really changing my perspective in life. It's still a process. I still struggle with that. I know that. But I also think I'm really good at coming up with analogies. I like coming up with analogies or, I don't know if you call them similes. I'm not really good at the words in English. I'm so sorry. I know I speak English and that sounds really funny, but grammar, it's the grammatically correct way of saying things like metaphors and similes and parables. Those words just, I know those are words and I know they mean things, but I don't always remember the correct definition or use of those words. So analogies is one that I'm pretty sure I've got down. But I had like an honors English class that I was in my sophomore year, and it was on diagramming sentences. And I was like, I don't understand how to diagram a sentence. And mostly because I wasn't sure what the verb was, the adverb, the noun, and the pronoun, and the adjective. I was like, I don't know which one is which. I still don't know which one is which. I hate when the little Grammarly thing pops up on my laptop when I'm typing and it says fragment, please revise. And I'm like, cool. Fragment means I'm missing something, either a verb or a noun or something. I have no idea which one of those words I'm missing in my sentence. I can revise the sentence. And then it tells me run-on sentence. And I'm like, cool, I have a run-on sentence. And then I split it in half and it says you have a fragmented sentence. And I'm like, okay, I split it in half wrong. So I have no idea how this works. So that is not my talent, but my talent is coming up with stories. It's telling stories. It's coming up with analogies, things that are related to other things, to put things into perspective for myself. I think I've done that several times in videos and other things like that. And there's one I have in mind, but I kind of want to use it for something else, so I don't want to use it in this video. But and then my brain goes blank as far as an allergy goes. It's like a whiteboard, and it gets all wiped clean. There you go. There's my analogy, and it's completely blank, or it's got a whole bunch of scribbles on it, and I just can't read what I scribbled on there because my handwriting is horrible. So every once in a while, I have this great idea, and I'm like, cool, my brain jotted it down really fast. And now I can't read it, so I don't remember what it is. So I'm like, great, it might come back to me. It might not. But then, of course, I came up with some other analogy. This is my talent, relating life to myself, my life, my situation to other things. I can just make those connections in my life that makes sense to me. And like I said, I don't know if that's like a metaphor, metaphorically speaking, if I'm really good at creating metaphors or similes. I'm not really sure which word goes with what I do, but I'm really good at doing it. I just not really good at the definition, the word that defines what I do. This is and I'm very random, very talkative. I love to talk. I don't know if that's a talent or not, but I talk a lot. So I just feel like I have a lot of talents, a lot of hidden talents, things that I don't necessarily see. They're not necessarily always on the surface, but they're things that work for me, things that I do. And I'm grateful for that. I do a lot of self-talk. Been a lot of negative self-talk most of my life, and now I'm learning to do a lot of positive self-talk. I do a lot of praying. I'm good at some things. I'm not good at other things. So this 100 days has been excellent in teaching me things that I'm good at and not so good at, areas in which I can improve. And just a lot of recognizing that I have many talents, many things that I didn't even get a chance to celebrate all of. And I know a few days ago, I was just thinking, or a week ago, I was like, oh, I don't know what else to celebrate. I'm like, my mind is blank. All my little scribbled ideas are just disappearing. I think I used them all. And now I'm like, okay, I'm out of days. What am I going to celebrate? And there's like 20 things in my head. I'm like, okay, I have one day left, not 20 things. So I'm like, I'm just going to be talented today. It's just everything all rolled into one. And I'm sure I'm missing some of my talents in sharing this video with things that I'm talented, things that I'm good at, things that I'm not good at. Because some talents I do have and some talents I don't have. And that's okay, because other people have those talents and I can recognize other people's talents, and I'm grateful for other people's talents, and I'm grateful when their talents help me with mine, and I'm grateful for the people that are willing to help me and boost me up and help me to see my talents and encourage me to use them, and for people that use their amazing talents and bless my life because of their amazing talents. So I am grateful to have talents, and I am grateful for all the wonderful, talented people out in the world, especially the ones that I am lucky enough to know. So that's what I have for being talented today. If you like my videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude. Find some fun, fabulous ways to celebrate yourself, and maybe do some writing.